Hello, you lovely lot. Why is it so bright in this room today? I don't know. This light seems bright. I say this, like, you literally, there's a light here. You can't see it behind the scenes. It's very bright today. How are we, everyone? Are we good? How was that bloody football? I can't promise that I'll be as entertaining as that 90 minutes of football. Although, as much as I enjoyed that football, the handball rule in the Champions League is a load of bullshit, isn't it? I don't know if I'm biased because, you know, I've got a few Bayern players in my what do you call it? I was going to call it FIFA Ultimate Team, in my FC Ultimate Team. So, you know, I feel like I stand them a little bit. That was bull. Anyway, besides that, it was a great game of football. I hate the handball rule in Europe. I don't think that's a controversial take either. Maybe it is. It's very different to how it's enforced in the Premier League, and I don't know if it's just like British biased goggles that I'm wearing, or if it's a widely held opinion. But yeah, it was bloody good. Hopefully tomorrow's games is good. Can't wait for the 0-0. That's going to be really entertaining. How are you all doing though, gang? We're back. I'll be honest with you. The save's not going great, is it? Last time we were here, we've not won in 6 in the league. We're doing okay in the Asian Champions League and the Cup, but given the fact that we're newly promoted, it'd be quite nice to stay up. So, yeah. What did you guys think of the handball call? I mean, let's be honest. Can we make it a rule in football, right, that you can't go backwards? Make it like rugby. No, actually, no. You can only go backwards in rugby. You know, Sabutio. Add thirds to the pitch. Once you enter the final third, you can't leave. I want every game to be as good as that game was. And part of the game was good just because it was basically pure vibes. I felt a bit bad for Neuer. He's basically just got to witness the game firsthand and be a victim. Jason, dude, thank you for the 69. Nice. Sorry, I'm a child. Never do I think I'd share this number with another man. Christ. Thanks for the years. Love to the wife and dog. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Chat, the handball was bullshit, right? Also, what was the score? Did Southampton play Ipswich today? I forgot that game was on until someone mentioned the Championship heating up. Did Southampton get the win? What happened there? Minty, how are you doing, mate? I've not checked my MFL teams. It was 2-2. What does that mean, chat? The numbers. Let me have a look at the live championship table. Professional streamer, by the way. I felt like maybe I was picking the wrong game to watch, and then the Bayern PSG game was just absolute cinema. So Southampton are out of it now, aren't they? They peaked at just the wrong time, which is a bit sad. Oh my word, Wok has just gifted 5 subs. Alex St. Minimum, it's your boy Channing, Captain Kegleg, Jeter, and Mickey C. Just been blessed by the wife. Up the wife. If you got gifted a sub, say a thank you. If you didn't get gifted a sub, just say hello, wife. That is an essential part of the stream. Do we want Millwall to get promoted, chat? When I walk my dog, there's a Millwall fan who I call Millwall Tony. And he's not the kind of bloke I'd hang around with ordinarily. He's a lovely bloke in his own way, but he's not the company I'd perhaps normally associate myself with, Millwall Tony. And he has been bigging up Millwall getting promoted all year. So I kind of want I want them to get promoted for him. Do it for Millwall Tony. Would it be funny if Millwall go up and West Ham go down? Does football win or lose there? I think Millwall fans would love it in a weird way. That's another reason to want Spurs to go down, everyone. Also, I'm just shaking my holy. I am having caffeine, chat, at this hour. Oh, gosh, it's leaking. I didn't put the lid on properly. Uh-oh. It's fine. I have toilet roll on the desk. Don't ask why. I'll be honest, it's because toilet roll is a lot more convenient than tissues when you have a sniffly nose. A box of tissues just takes up too much space. That's all I'm going to say. Make rolls of tissues and I'll use those. Until then, I'll use rolls of toilet roll for my sniffly nose. Jack called Milo Millwall in the park. That is true. The other day, chat, I was talking with the Millwall fan, Millwall Tony. I was talking with him. And then Milo was misbehaving in the park. And I went to shout Milo and Millwall came out. I felt like I'd been done, you know, like Darren Brown style. Tony had been saying Millwall over and over to me, and I was under, apparently. If Ipswich just go up, it's just a bit sad, really. I'd rather have Middlesbrough or Millwall up. I still feel bad. I was at Wembley when Norwich played Borough in the playoff final. Not that many years ago now, really. Although, maybe it was quite a few years ago now. Either way, I felt bad for Borough fans on that day. You know the names of the people walking the dog? Nah, every human being is the dog's name's mum or dad. That is true, Keeney, except Millwall Tony. Millwall Tony is his own character, chat. He's a proper bloke. Right, we do actually need to play some Football Manager. We're starting late today. We will be streaming a little later. That is why I'm having some caffeine at this hour. Shout out to Holy, as always, for fueling the streams. Now, do we need to panic? Is my question. Because we won both our games in the Asian Champions League. We've had a couple of draws in there. We've had injuries. What does the XG table say? Okay, the XG table says we should be in third. So do we just stubbornly persist with the route that we're on and hope that it all comes good? You know what? I'm good with that. I'm good with that. No to Millwall. The last thing the Premier League needs is another London team. Millwall aren't like the other Premier League, like the other London teams. Would I rather have some shit town in Suffolk or bloody Millwall in the Premier League? I know the answer, chat. Having Sunderland, Newcastle and Middlesbrough in the Premier League at once would be quality. With Leeds as well. Get Charlton in there and we're basically in prime era. Get Wigan in there. Get Bolton in there. And I'm all about it. Oh, gosh, it's deadline date. Right, we have money. Now, I do need to stay up. Who is this guy who's from Thailand? My scouts rate him very highly. Because he's from Thailand, chat, he'd be considered non-foreign. Does he actually look good or are my scouts lying to me? I can afford him. Do we just... I feel like I need to make some panic buys. I feel like I need to make some panic buys. Yeah, we need Stoke there. Cover back. And F1 is back this weekend as well. Wait, chat, after this weekend's F1, is there another 3-week break? Please tell me that's cap. I'll be honest, like, it feels like forever ago I was in Japan at Suzuka watching the last race. Another... can we not just, you know, do 2 weekends in Miami? I know that's illogical and impossible. But just do that instead. Black Devil, dude, thank you for the 33 tier 1, mate. I appreciate you a lot. Is Canada in 3 weeks? Oh, Chad, that makes it... I was actually excited for this week, and now you guys have ripped it away from me. It genuinely feels mad in my head to think that I was at the last F1 race in person. Because that feels like ages ago to me. I mean, well, how long... Was it 4 or 5 weeks ago? Chat, the weeks have blurred into many since I've been back from Japan. How was the Lewis meetup? Ducky, it was great. Yeah, for people who maybe missed it, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, I'm sorry you've missed it. We did a Park to Prem meetup at Lewis's final home game of the season. It was a really good time. We went to a pub before the game, had some beers, had some drinks afterwards and watched Tottenham bottle it against Brighton in a pub full of Brighton fans. It was a good time. It was a really good time. Definitely want to do another meetup similar. Probably sooner than, like, what month are we now? Sooner than April. Maybe something around, like, January time. You know, whilst the interest in the series is still very much there. Maybe even earlier if the logistics, like, work out for it. But I think January, you know, after Christmas is perhaps a good time to do a meetup. Who knows where we'll be going next time? Right, chat. Ratri! I barely have him scouted, but he's got caps for Thailand, so he won't be considered foreign. And he can play centre mid and in the wide areas. And I think we need him. I think we need him. 5 weeks is nothing. In 1982, let me stop you there, Chris. In 1982, there probably wasn't 22 races. I'm not going to say the exact number because I don't know. So it's 5 weeks since I was in Japan. That's gone slow and quick at the same time. Right, chat. I think we sign him. This is the thing I both love and hate about attribute masking being on. I kind of like that you just have to take gambles on deadline day. Obviously, if I was taking this save game super seriously, I probably would have identified this guy before deadline day, then scouted him more thoroughly before confirming anything. But we can't do that, so we just operate off vibes. And that is fine with me. This guy's quick. I'm not sure if the benchmark should be this guy is quick, because I'll be honest, so many of the players we've looked at in Japan are just fast. Japan is a fast nation. Yeah, the final day of the championship season should be a good old time. Oh, chat, I'm nervous to see how good this guy is. Dylan has listed their ideal 20-team Premier League. I'm going to be honest, Dylan, I really respect the effort that's got into that. But that's quite a lot to read on stream. I struggle with 2 words, chat. Making me read more than that is a challenge. I called chat. Can you go? This guy's shit. Why was I told to sign him? Wait, is he as bad as I think he is? Uno mas. Uno mas. Let me compare Quieto with the tree. He might not be as bad as I thought he was at first glance. Oh, chat, the tree. He's okay. You know what? He's serviceable. Can I just nickname him the tree now? The tree. He's meant to be my signing to save the season. Which is concerning. But he is probably better than some of the other players I have in the team right now. Oh, we're about to play in the Cup where you have fewer subs. Which has thrown off my planning here. Bring in the tree. The fact he's considered non-foreign, obviously, is a big old bonus, to be fair. I have Show on the left. Is the tree better than this guy? I think Kenichi's out for a while anyway, so he's probably going to play anyway. Hey, James, how you doing, mate? I'm very good. I'm chat. Does anyone else just feel nourished after a good Champions League semi-final? I feel mentally enriched. It could be the Holy coming in as well. I think Retree's okay. You know what? His versatility is going to be very useful because we've had a lot of injuries in the final third. And Ishikawa's out for a long time anyway. So he probably gets into the team anyway. I think at this point, we're at a state this season, chat, where it's probably better to have too many players than not enough. I don't know if the registration window... Okay, the registration window for the league is still open, so we can register the tree. But the Champions League doesn't open... Wait, with the Champions League in Asia registration, you can only register at the start of the competition. Fucking hell, chat, I have to get more organised if that's the case. Tried to explain to my little brother that this is one of those games that could be even better with the old away goals format. How differently would the game have been played? See, I think if away goals are a thing, PSG are way more defensive. Especially once they get like 5-3 up and then 6-3 up. Oh no, just 5-3 up. Or 5... Was it 5-2? Chat, I lost count at one point in the game. It was that kind of game. There was a 3-goal margin, right, at one point. Committed to watching the championship game and then check the champ score. My small brain exploded. That's a fair kind of reaction, I reckon. Chat, I'm getting more and more fond of this skin. You know what thing I like the most? I like this screen the most. I like being able to see pros and cons, personality, rep, height, and the polygon and footiness all at once. Like my little brain, it's not perfect, but considering the constraints of FM26, is a massive improvement. Have the board called me in yet? They haven't, chat. We're doing okay outside of the league. And to be fair, I don't think our league expectation is that high. I mean, look, we're not in the relegation zone. Tick that off. Positive. What was the board expectation? I can't remember. Chat, how do I get to board expectation? I know how to play this game. It's here. It's here. I mean, it's not dreadful. You know, we got promoted. We won a cup last year. I'd like to think that I've earned a bit of patience. Right, we are taking on Morioka in the cup. Chat, requesting permission. Actually, you know what? I was going to say requesting permission to instant result this game. But they've knocked out a J2 team and a J3 team, even though they're in the non-leagues. Also, thoughts on the badge? I don't know. Chat, I kind of like it, but why is it not symmetrical? Also, what is it meant to be? Is it a man? Is it meant to be like a person? I'm seeing like an eye here and an eye there and a little hat and an angry pointy nose. I don't know what it's meant to be. I feel like I'm being hypnotised by it. Is it two birds? Wait, chat, I see two swans now. Or are they swans? They're swans wearing little red hats. Can you see the face? It kind of looks like a lucha mask to me. That's a good way. That's what I'm seeing. Chat, do you see the swans first or the lucha mask? It could be pelicans. Who knows? Who bloody knows? Chat. Normally this... Okay, we go here. They are a non-league team. Does anyone ever just go pick full rotation? Just veto it. I trust my staff to make the right decisions here on who should play. Although I'm now looking at it and they've definitely not picked the right players here. You know what? Let's give the tree his debut. Yang can play as well. Yang from China. We signed Yang and I not played him. This is a very, very rotated team. Although I'd like to rotate Matsuoka for Hattori, I think. I don't mind playing Kato and Kamiya because they're youngsters that need the minutes. Let's go with this. Ratri is making his debut, chat. He was signed from Thailand on deadline day. If Yang scores are on the pitch, all he can do is run quick in a straight line. We signed him because he was a free agent in the Chinese national team. And it turns out the Chinese national team, not very good. But maybe he proves himself today. We're at home for this one. We've got the tree and the team. We've got Yang. In Yang we trust. I feel like we've not had enough characters in this save game. And I'm looking at Yang and the tree and thinking, you two, inspire me here and you might be in the team for the next league game. Admittedly, you know, we are taking on a team like outside of the Japanese Football League. So I'm going to be real with you. We really should just be hammering this side. This should be a net free and flee kind of game. We did try and get some badges, Yano, but we didn't get any luck with it. We even tried changing the coaching assignment, so I had no responsibilities. The birds on the badge are cranes, and the team's nickname is the Cranes. There you go, chat. There you go. We've learned educational stream officially. We can add educational tag. Yang, the tree. Give it back to Yang. Please, Yang, do something magical. Oh, my word. It's deflected. It's nearly gone in. No characters in the save. You had the goat George Way. You know what? Fair point. Fair call. It's just a shame that George Way decided he wasn't about the content life. He didn't want to join me in Japan. He was quite happy, like, popping on over to New Zealand and staying there. How tall is Yang? Great question. Allow me to consult. He's 183 centimetres. He's the exact same height as me. Why does he look so small on the far side? In fact, it's Iber who's tiny. Iber is like Diddy Kong. I don't know who is Donkey Kong in our team. He's Dinky Kong. What is that pass? Yang's gone back. No nonsense. Is the game worth getting? Is it anywhere near what FM24 was? Play the demo. Forza Pro. The game is a big step forward in some ways and a step back in others. And I think the game has got way better with updates, but whether or not you'll enjoy this game over 24 boils down to how much you burn out on playing 24 and bored of it, and also how much do you miss the stuff that is a step down in this game versus what it was in 24. The game has a free demo on Steam and Epic Games. If you're on the fence, honestly, download the demo. You can play like months of a save game, get a feel for it, and make your own call, because it's very, very subjective, I think, at this point. How tall is Kofi? 6'7". Chat, am I doing it right? Is it this? You're allowed to unsub. Just don't cancel your Twitch subs. You know, if you're on YouTube, unsub. If you're on Twitch, unfollow. Just keep giving me money, please. It's a rough economy out there. How have we not scored there? How have we not scored there? Hey, Sean, I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. Doing very well. We're not winning against this non-league team. At what point do we start to panic that we're going to be the third member of the Japanese Football League to be knocked out by this non-league side? Apparently they like a giant killing. Have I seen the Vancouver Whitecaps discourse? I have not. What's the tea with the Vancouver Whitecaps? Hello, Cal. Do we know if Ben's doing well? I chatted with him recently. He seemed like he's doing okay. But obviously, I'm not Ben's personal messenger. He did put out a tweet today. He said he's going to stream some GTA roleplay. Also, we're losing. That's suboptimal. That is, chat, are we going to get knocked out by the non-league team? This is a B team I'm playing, but it's a B team of a J1 team taking on a team outside the Football League. Their franchise might be moved to Las Vegas. Oh, damn. I mean, that's kind of... That's crap, but... Chad, this might be a really unpopular take. There's two other football teams in Vancouver that play in the Canadian Premier League. But it's still crap. I kind of feel for people who are Whitecaps fans, but as someone who is a Canadian Premier League stan, could be good for Pacific FC in Vancouver FC. That's all that's a horrible way of thinking. I hate, the thing is, if I lived in America, that'd like be my permanent fear, supporting like an American franchise team. I fully appreciate, by the way, I say living in, I'm talking about North America here. I'm aware that Vancouver is in Canada. Like, the fact that a franchise can be moved at any point's notice is just kind of shit. I really dislike it, but it's just obviously part and parcel. That's a bit like saying it's okay to relocate Arsenal because London already has Chelsea and Tottenham. It's a bit different though, because the teams compete in different like league systems. There's like an overlap in fans. Like, I know of a few people who kind of go to Whitecaps games, but also like are fans of the Canadian Premier League and kind of would support Pacific. Also, Pacific FC, one of the best badges in Canadian football. I've said it. Yeah, York United rebranded in Canada, but they were originally called York 9. They've gone through 2 rebrands. Right, Rattray on his debut is doing shit, but you know what? We just keep him on the pitch. He'll figure it out, I believe. So wait, how's the Whitecaps thing come about, chat? Have they like put out a statement saying they want to relocate, or is it leaked? Have they like put in the application? I mean, it's still crap. Come here. The thing is, right, Vegas is just such a hotbed for sports now. Like, the Golden Knights went there and kind of proved, hey, there's an appetite for sports in this part of the country, and it just so happens to be a part of the country that has quite a lot of money. So I do feel like having a MLS team there was somewhat inevitable. Surprised they're not doing more expansions. Is there not rumours of 2 more expansion spots coming up in the in MLS? They're begging for local funding, and they've told fans to turn up support as MLS want them to move. I mean, so is MLS not... We've scored 2, by the way. Well, we're having this great conversation, although he's offside. Never mind. I learn the offside rule, you cockwomble. Oh, chat, look at their formation. What are they cooking? Teams love this formation in Japan. Is MLS still looking at expansions? I kind of just assumed that Vegas would be one of the expansion spots coming up. Is there a new MPA franchise in Vegas? Well, I didn't know that. Obviously, the Golden Knights is interesting because I feel like a lot of the discourse around when the Vegas Golden Knights kind of, you know, became a thing in the NHL was, oh, there's never been a particularly successful sports franchise in Vegas. Is hockey going to work there? And then they had one of the craziest starting seasons as a new franchise, probably in the NHL ever. Like, the expansion draft was kind of weighed in their favour because of previous kind of expansion teams going back decades just always having shit starts. They still did crazy with what they had, but obviously it's like the whole narrative's changed. You know, got the F1 there. There's now an NFL team there, right? Like, it's kind of mad. It's going to be Vegas and Seattle likely an NBA franchises. This might be a hot take, chat. No, it's not really a hot take. Purely from someone who doesn't really follow that many American sports, but maybe plays the video games of them slightly. I always find the concept of, like, managing an expansion team in the game quite fun. Like, kind of having to build something from nothing. It's like your very own creator team mode, but I like having, like, an expansion draft where you pick players from all the existing teams that they don't protect. It's quite fun. That's not to say that I love teams relocating and stuff, but expansion drafts are just fun. Also, we just scored. We're bloody massive. We're taking on a non-league team. Don't judge me. Also, what is this highlight? Oh, this is one of those bugs where I have to watch half an hour of a highlight to actually see the goal. Skip. I've not made any subs. Let's do that. The tree has been awful on his debut. Bin him in. Bin him off. Shimada in. Matsuoka in for Mori. I don't know who this guy is. He's a 16-year-old from the youth team. You know what? Give him his debut. Yang got an assist. Clap him off. Oh, yeah. Oakland are moving to Vegas as well in the MLB, right? I remember seeing that rumoured as well. I don't know how I feel about... Like, relocations I just don't really like, but because of how American sports leagues are set up, like... They're like a necessary evil because the leagues are designed to make money and the owners want their franchises to be in spaces where it's a valuable asset. And if you're not getting the funding or the attendances, it's not to say I agree that they should move for the money, but I think these sports teams in the US are kind of viewed a lot more as investments. I'm using a mod to see the player face on the tactics screen. It's part of the skin that we're using. Right, I already registered the tree. Yang didn't get a goal. Apologies to the fantasy football owners of Yang. Alright, our next game chat is against Kashiwa Reysol. Is it Reysol? I think it's Reysol. Reysol? Yeah, Reysol. See, I know my teams. Although it doesn't say Reysol in their name, which is interesting. I believe, by the way, right, in Japan, or rather in Football Manager, the Japanese teams themselves sign off on how their names are shown in-game, rather than like the league or Football Manager deciding. And teams want their names shown in different ways, which is why, like, Gamba Osaka is G-Osaka, for example. And, like, Yokohama F. Marinos is an F.M, but then Kawasaki Frontale is Kawasaki F. It's kind of funny. Will they change their name to Las Vegas Whitecaps? I hope not. I'm not sure, chat. Is there any Whitecaps anywhere near Vegas? I mean, there's some mountains in that part of the world, quite a far away, you know. But like, yeah, if you go over to Colorado, I suppose. Hey, Shoots, how you doing? Currently packing my bag to go to Poland tomorrow and watch Palace on Thursday. Oh, mate, love that. Got to be at 3:45. Stay up at this point, mate. Get some holy in you. Just stay up. Say that to the Utah Jazz. Did the Utah Jazz used to be in New Orleans, and then obviously New Orleans got a team again after? Is that what happened there? Shibamura's out. Okay, that's not disastrous, but he is one of my better backup centre backs. Chat, I don't even follow the NBA. Why do I know that? I feel like I've spent too long on the internet and like watched too many sports documentaries and just sports videos that I've kind of gathered an absolutely stupid knowledge of stuff that I really don't need to know about. Right. I need to beat Ray Sol, chat. Diaco's still out. Diaco, right, played our first 2 games of the season. 2 assists, 1 goal. We won them both. Gets injured. We've not won since. So we really need this man fit. Also, Ishikawa's still out. Am I playing the tree? The tree is just not very good. He's just not. I kind of don't want to play him, but I don't know if I have an alternative. Unless I play Kamiya. I mean, Kamiya's actually played quite well so far. Maybe we play Kamiya. Gonna be Northwest in the Northwest Derby this weekend. Any predictions for the game? Oh, Liverpool are winning. The chat. I don't know what I think. It's a weird game, right? Like, obviously, I want Liverpool to win. I don't really know what to expect from Manchester United or Liverpool because I feel like they're in this bracket of teams that are kind of stumbling into the Champions League spots, especially Liverpool. And it feels like the top 5 is kind of set now, right, for the Champions League. Like, it's been a bit of a bizarre season in that regard. I just realised Vargas, the 19-year-old, has 1 goal in 7 games. Right. I feel like I should look at what's going wrong with him. What? He's not having that many chances. Let's look at the data. General performance this year. So we're above the league average for shots on games and shot on target ratio. And our expected goal against is way below the league average as well. So what the fuck's going wrong here then? Why are we in a relegations battle? Everything I see there makes us look good. Look, we're bloody. Why aren't we scoring? Is it just that Vargas is bad? He's only got a 1 XG. It's not like he's got a super high XG. To be honest, like it's not like he's missing chances. If we can't win any games in the league, are we firing up Minecraft? Don't tempt me. I've got these players with good numbers, right? But these are just fake good numbers because it's from when we pumped a non-league team in the cup. It's like, well done, you got 5 goals in 2 games against non-league teams. You know what? I'm going to play him anyway. I think he's confident, you know. Also, Ethan Williams has been cack lately. I'm taking him off. Bring in Show. It's show time. I just want to win one. Chat, the stream doesn't end today till we win a game. The fans have been kicking off as of last stream. Do I want to change anything here? Thing is, this chap, this is what got us a cup win and a title last year. We're high up in the XG table. We play our brand of football. Fuck the fans. Don't tell them I said that. But fuck them. I don't know what they're talking about. It's after 10 PM. I can swear now. Is it just me, or is the W in this font absolutely awful? Did you see that? Look, fugly. Look at it. I've never noticed it before. That is an awful W. Anyway, let's move on. Get me to the game. Get me to the game. We won in the cup. Doesn't count, chat. We have to win in the league. I think one thing that I can't get my head around with this skin, chat, is the vertical pitch. Because when it's horizontal, it kind of lines up to how you watch the game in 3D. I keep forgetting what end is my end and their end, like looking at it vertically. I hope I'm not the only person who has that skill issue. Like, I think it is consistent, so if I could always remember, oh, rotate it, oh, quieto. Quieto! It's a good save. I thought he'd skied it. They are playing the 4-2-4, which scares me. Also, you can't read the names on the back of their shirts. That is unfortunate. We don't have the technology to have a yellow named text and dark numbers. Oh, Iber. Iber, I've brought you in today. I've brought you in to... Why are we so shit? I'm fine. I'm fine, chat. Let me sip on my sippy cup whilst I have a tantrum. Everything's fine. I'm fuming. I'm fuming. We're fine. Have we got any FC26 enjoyers in the chat today? I made a big commitment, FC26 fans. I moved from a 4-4-1-1 to the 4-3-2-1 with two attacking mids. I've been playing a 4-5-1 variant all year, and I thought, you know what? Let's switch to two centre attacking mids either side of a striker. You know, let's be bold. Let's really push out the boat. It's quite fun. FIFA is a game where I feel like there's one or two tactics that are always good, but then whenever you switch to something new, it just feels nice. By the way, if you were keeping track, no sign of the baby. We're at 40 weeks and 2 days now. Mushroom Man, I was actually thinking about you yesterday, mate, and the baby. How is the wife? How is the weight? Any tips or any dads-to-be that are in the chat? I mean, I don't have to worry about that for a while, I don't think. Have I tried eFootball? No. No, I played it a bit at launch and it was dog shit. And that was years ago now. The closest I've come, actually, chat, to eFootball is, I've just pissed off all the players, was at the Football Manager World Cup, there was an eFootball mobile tournament at the same time, and I was talking to a Brazilian bloke who was there. He was one of 4 players at the LAN final for, like, the eFootball Mobile World Cup finals. He couldn't speak any English whatsoever, so we were talking through a translator. Lovely bloke. Based on that one experience, I can tell you now, the average eFootball fan is 10 times nicer and less toxic than the average FC fan. I just want to win a game, chat. We should introduce Ethan Williams. Good plan, actually. We will do that. Which Pez was it, chat, that had Adriano on the cover and you could play as Penguins? That was where that franchise peaked. He's offside. He's fucking offside. He's always offside. Sub him off. I'm fine. I'm not having a mental breakdown. Vargas. Right, the youngster. We bring him in now. You know, we've taken him off. We've left him hungry. I'm bringing in the tree as well. Bring in the tree. Kieto's been poor, but now you know what? Kawaii. No, Kawaii can't do the job. You know what? We bring in Shimada, and then we play him as a little companion. I'm going to play them both as channel forwards because I'm a rat. Get into the channels. Change the whole front line and change the formation, chat. Also, go to attacking. I know we're away for a moment. It's 0-0. I need wins. I need wins. I just want to win. A win would make me happy, lads. There's not a lot I ask for in life. Just one win. Right, Akuneto, we signed you from Nigeria. Do something magical. Vargas, this is your moment. This is your moment. We are third in the XG table. We are 18th in the league. What the fuck is this? Look at the stats. Did I play the goals beta? I did. It was all right. I kind of like the idea with goals of like developing players and stuff, but it felt very like I felt like it needed a lot of improvements, and I couldn't even tell you where specifically it needed to improve the most. It was all right, though. Oh, Shimada, please. Shimada, please. 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 Bearded Egg, thank you for the 33 months. Chat, what rating is their keeper on? Someone said he's on a 7.5. He's on a 7.6 now. Who is this bloke? He's from Hungary. Who uses their foreign player spot on a goalkeeper? You rats. All right, we've got a court chat. If we don't score it, I'm fuming. They are below us in the league, would you believe it? I think you probably could believe it based on this game. Someone just do something. Akineto, Kato, bang it. Bang it. It's deflected in. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ray Sol. Come on. Koji Kato, you beautiful man. It's my defensive midfielder who scores. Of course it is. Was that an overreaction? I'd like to apologise to any Ray Sol fans watching at home. I'm mentally fragile. Let me have this moment. We did not win a game in 6 league matches last stream. I want something to cheer outside of the Champions League. We're bloody massive. The stream doesn't end, by the way, chat, just because we've won. I didn't want to go through the whole stream today without winning a game again. Especially because I ended last stream with the fans criticising me in the news. I could say the stream won't end until Vargas gets another goal, but I have no faith in him to score tonight. Oh, chat, this game's not even done yet. Imagine if they score here. Don't do it. Don't do it, Football Manager. Right, Vargas, bang it. Oh, Shimada, bang! Strikers are so shit. Oh, dear. I remember PES 6 on the Nintendo DS having the original version of Ultimate Team. Always made me laugh that Welsh players had fake names. What game had the first ever, like, Ultimate Team? By the way, what a win. Didn't the 2K MLB game have, like, an Ultimate Team mode? Like, on the Xbox? I think it was just the original. It might have been 360. I love the fact our fitness coach does the press conferences. No idea why. Jackie's clickbaiting us with a stream over till a league win. It says this stream doesn't end until we win a league game. It doesn't say this stream will end when we win a league game. Where's the clickbait, chat? Right, we're taking on Hiroshima next. Hattori has to play unless I can do some shuffling, actually. We'll play Hashimoto. Williams has to come back in, I think. I bloody hate all these J1 teams. You know, we've been promoted. We're the underdog, chat. We're the plucky underdog. Don't you forget that. We might be in the Asian Champions League because we fluked it. We don't know what we're doing. Who won the World Cup in 2030? Chat, let's all have a guess each. I don't know who won the World Cup in this save game. I'm going to guess. I'm going to go Spain. Feel free to put your guess in the chat while we go check. Elise's won the Golden Ball. To be fair, Elise's unreal at the moment in real life. He is different gravy. Ghana, England, Colombia. Chat, let's have a look. World Cup. Oh, boom. Yeah, come on, it's come home. Saka won best player. Great tournament. England have won it twice in a row. So why is the Premier League badge squished in this box? England! England, etc. Algeria's hosting next. Shout out to Algeria. I don't think the game's realistic, chat, I'll be honest. I feel like England normally do well, and I put it down to the fact that, you know, the Premier League is the main league I've got loaded. But in this save game, I've got so many different players and leagues loaded that it's kind of actually shocking. I kind of want one of the really big teams in Japan to sack their manager. And assuming we get knocked out the Champions League, I could jump ship. Would that be controversial? You know, I'm just sat looking. Not a Nagoya Grampus. Although, yeah, no, not Nagoya Grampus. Who would I want to go to? Like Gamba Osaka, Yokohama F. Marinos. Who was the favourites to win the league? Hiroshima, Kawasaki Frontale, Kobe. Now, look, Kashima are predicted to finish 4th, chat. They're currently in the drop zone. You know, I like Kashima Antlers. They are my J-League team of choice. I wonder if when they add in international football, chat, they'll fix England being good. You'd like to think so. I mean, we're working on the assumption there's still a World Cup mode coming, which is bizarre, isn't it? Kashima have struggled the last couple of years. My fullback's the wrong way round here. Let me fix that now. When is Diaco back? He can play 45 minutes. Been injured for ages. Was Iber good last game? I feel like he missed a lot of chances. Let's bring in Shimada. Do you ever get to that point in a Football Manager save game where you feel like you're just trying every single striking combination and hoping one of them eventually works? That's basically where I'm at right now. Right, are we at home for this one? Hiroshima were predicted to be right up there in the title race. They're in 8th. We're in 13th, but game in hand, win it. We're in top half. We're loving that. We are loving that. Right. I want to win every match. It's a bit of a shit team talking. I don't blame the players not reacting well. Why is this roof such high quality? Look at that. You can see, like, it's got a bit of specular going on because it's raining. Next-gen graphics. Recently, I went back to 24 chat. It's mad how shit the match engine used to look. Like, I was just having a little look at FM24 videos, and the FM26 has loads of stuff I dislike and think is a step back. The actual visuals of the match engine are, like, so far ahead, it's kind of bonkers. All right, Mori. Nice, come here. Square it. Square it. Square it! Oh, go on your own. Why not? Fucking hell, he's unbelievable. Oh my, what boy, what boy, look at him, look at 5-star potential. Oh. Can a save soon be done with a team in Wales? Oh. Always love those saves, such a different structure. I'll tell you what, Japan has a different structure too. Why don't you watch a Japan save game? Come on. Also, Matthew, I appreciate the suggestion. I'm going to assume you're Welsh. And if you're not, I'll issue an apology. How long until 2/6 of the Hexagon is done? No idea. I feel like Japan is a really good spot to be in where it's quite a high rep in Asia. So just by having success here, even if we don't win the Asian Champions League, it's probably helping our manager just, you know, get big jobs. It's weird, right? With like the Pentagon Challenge chat, it's very snowbally. Like if you can get a good foothold somewhere, you can then start to just hop between big teams and kind of hoover up stuff. I think actually the Asian Champions League is one of the hardest to win purely because I don't have the Saudi League added because I managed in Saudi last year. And even though there's the East and West split, which means you don't play any of the Saudi teams till the final, every time you're in an Asian Champions League run, You know that in the final game, you're going to take on the Saudi teams of unlimited money, which as a Japanese team is very, or a South Korean team, or a Chinese team, whatever, country you're representing in Asia, like, it's fucking hard. So it's difficult. I think this is the most difficult one to win. Which Champions League do you think I'll go for next? I don't know. It will probably come down to what jobs are available. Like, logically at this... Chat, did he just Rabona that? Did I misread that, or is he Rabona that into the top corner like Lamela, but better? Hold the phone. I'm on the edge of my seat. Did he Rabona this or not? Or have I misread the animation and got excited for no reason? What is that? You dirty dog. What the... I've never seen a Rabona goal that good. Can we watch it again? Can we watch it again? What was this? Show me it again. He Rabonas it on the turn, first time, into the top corner. Oh, that is disgusting. That's actually so good. That's what keeps me playing 26, everyone. You still see some new stuff and some cool things in the match engine. That looks so good. That is silly. So the Champions Leagues we've won already. We've won the Oceanic one, and that is it. With the save game chat, we started in China. We started in the Chinese second division. We won the second division, then realised our current team was going to get absolutely caned in the top division, and I was going to get stuck. So we resigned as manager the day after they granted me some coaching badges. So they paid for the coaching badges, then we walked out on them. Some would call it a toxic relationship. I think it was smart play by me, personally. We went to New Zealand and managed Auckland and managed to win the Oceanic Champions League after a couple of seasons. And then we moved to Japan, where we took over this team here in the relegation zone of J2. We managed to stay up. Then in our second season with this team, we got promoted and won the kind of equivalent of the FA Cup, the All Japan Emperor's Cup, which qualified us for the Champions League as a second division team. And this is our third season, which is our first in the top division, but also obviously a season in the Asian Champions League for the first time as well. Yeah, shout out to the Manatees. That was our team in China, the Manatees. Was it Quick? I can't remember the actual team name. They were called the Manatees in our heart. Well, they were actually called the Manatees, but there was definitely a team kind of place involved. Began with a Q. I think we could win the Champions League with this team, Boggy. It's really hard to know how soon, because I think you can go to Miracle Run. The thing that makes the Asian Champions League like hard to predict, chat, is... So the way the Asian Champions League works is there's 12 teams in the East and 12 teams in the West. So you're completely separate from those other 12 teams. And in the group stage, with your 12 teams, you play 8 of those teams. The top 8 of the 12 teams qualify for the knockouts. The first round of the knockouts, it is like East and West still, and it's over 2 legs. But the quarterfinals, the semi-final, and final are all single-leg knockout games at a neutral venue. And for the semi-final and the quarterfinal, you still play locally in terms of you'll play teams in your side of the continent. But the final is a single-legged game, most commonly against a team from Saudi Arabia. And you've got to just get lucky. Like, you've got to get lucky if you want to cause an upset. But even if you have a really good team, you've kind of got to get lucky just to not get, unlucky over a single game, if that makes any sense. I think our aim has to be to just try and get in the Champions League every year and then, it's basically like buying a lottery ticket. Shimada scores. Is that onside? Also, I believe Japan has 3 slots in the Champions League. One goes to the cup winners, and then you have to finish first or second in the league, if I'm not mistaken, to qualify. So it's pretty unforgiving. Obviously, we fluked a cup win to qualify this year for the Champions League. I don't think for a moment that suddenly means we're going to be in the Champions League every season. Hissy Fit, mate, thank you for the 38. How are you doing? I'm very good. I'm very, very good. 4-0. We'll take that. Do I think the FA Cup should be granted a Champions League spot to restore a bit of effort and pride in the competition by some of the bigger clubs? Considering some of the some field weaker teams are consistently in it or sack it off. Do teams consistently sack it off? I think sometimes, you know, bigger teams rotate around, but I mean, look how many times Man City have been in the final now, and you could argue they've been the most successful team, like domestically outside the FA Cup, just in terms of league positions. I mean, it's not even really arguable, is it, over the last few seasons? Also, why is there? Is there an international break? I assume there's an international break. We've got 3 weeks off, everyone. All the players that are injured can come back. We might actually have our main 11 for the first time all year. Okay, we're now up to 9th, everyone. We've just won 4-0, which makes me really question, why couldn't we score in the game before until I got desperate? Our goal difference looks good as well. We actually have the best defence in the league. Am I deluded thinking that we could actually do very well in the league this year? We have the best defence in the league. Prediction of 15th, but we won the cup last year. I'm actually curious, because we have quite a lot of money at this side. I'm trying to think of the best way to get that. I want to look at something. I want to see, how does our wage kind of compare to other teams? Okay, salary per year, we're in 13th. So we do spend a fair chunk of change. One of the issues we had this year is, right, we got promoted and got given loads of money. You can see the money here. But none of the kind of players already in J1 wanted to join us. They all kind of told us, hey, I want to see you do better before I commit to joining. So if we could have like a good first half to the season, that would be grand. Also, this guy, chat, plays for Thai, so he's non-foreign, and he looks kind of good. I mean, my scouts rate him highly. Thailand is the best nation outside of Japan that's considered non-foreign. It's absolutely in our interest to try and find the best Thai talent before it breaks out and is signed by other Japanese teams. Say his name, please. Oh, gosh. Wachi Warit Chomanatam. Chomanatam. Chobmanatam. No idea. I think I said it once correctly there in about 20 attempts. We'll give him a nickname. Right. He wants to be a breakthrough prospect. That sounds good. I mean, it's £500,000. It's not cheap. But with these Thai players, chat, the way I view it, we're buying lottery tickets. We are buying lottery tickets and hoping that one or two of them hit, basically. The scouts think he has a load of potential. We were scouting the national team here. This guy looked pretty good. He's not the quickest. See, he's now interested in joining me, but his wages are outrageous. I don't think he's better than what we've got already, but let's just full scout him. Thank you for the A for effort. Nickname him Dave. What about Chobman? I like Chobman as the nickname suggestion. Basically, chat, any of the youngsters in Thailand, we need to have an eye on, especially if they've not already moved. Remember Soon Sut Bell, Park to Prem legend? Has he actively been in the Thai national team? I know he declared for Thailand, because loads of people tagged me in posts about it, but I'm not sure if he's actually been consistently called up for their team. I'm going to just tell my scouts during this kind of break to just go mad and scout all of these guys. Get me full knowledge on all of these players in Thailand, because they could be useful. Yeah, Vietnam is also non-foreign, but I feel like Vietnam doesn't produce that many good players. I've seen a few good regens from Vietnam. Like, we've got one in Park to Prem, I'm pretty sure, who's from Vietnam. I think he's called Van Der. He's like listed as a wonder kid and has really good potential, but he just doesn't develop. I can't remember. The other nations that are non-foreign are like Malaysia, Cambodia, Singapore. I'm afraid to say, I mean, I will get scout reports on these guys because you never know. But I think Thailand is our best hope for finding some really good non-foreign players outside of Japan. The issue I've got right now is I just can't sign players from Japanese teams, like the top Japanese teams. So this is the best that we can do. Chat, I am going to question, right? There's a regen called Moses Alaba, who is part Nigerian, part Vietnamese. I kind of love it. So he lives in Nigeria and plays in Nigeria, but he's part Vietnamese and he's decided to declare for Vietnam. Respect. Secondary nationalities do count, but a lot of these nations don't allow like dual citizenship. Right. Are we signing Chobman? I could fully scout him. I could just hit the sign button. So we just trust the scouts. You know what? Fuck it. Trust the scouts. I could wait. It's boring. Just hit confirm. His name is Chobman. Think of the nickname potential in Chobman. I was in Nagoya for the F1. That's where I stayed when I went to Suzuka. Very nice city. Of all the places I went in Japan, it was actually the city I thought, you know what? I could live here. Went to a sports bar and watched baseball. With a load of local Japanese blokes drinking at the bar, watching the baseball on a Saturday kind of midday. I got to flex all my out of the park baseball knowledge with them, even though they couldn't speak any English, and I just decided I was going to cheer for their team with them. I feel like I do need to keep half an eye open on like jobs that become available. It's tricky because whilst we're in the Asian Champions League, I don't really want to leave, obviously. Also, I just realised, chat, I turned off auto-saving recently, and I probably should turn it back on. What kind of nutter turns off auto-saves? Absolute madman. I got an angry message from Windows telling me my hard drive was full. Or getting full. So I turned it off in a panic whilst I deleted loads of video files and never turned it back on. Have you ever had it, chat, yourself, where you're on your computer and it says, like, critically low on memory? It's the closest I've come to feeling like I'm at, like, the control panel of a nuclear reactor that's in meltdown. Hi, Jack. Next time you go to Japan, I'd highly recommend Sapporo, especially if you like seafood, ramen, and the cold. I mean, I like 2 of those things. Oh, shit. Okay, Mori's out injured, who is a very good fullback for me. And I know you're thinking, what's the issue? In the Champions League, I skimped out on fullbacks because I couldn't register everyone. We might run out of fullbacks with the injuries we've got. Although we have just had a big break, so maybe the players that were injured are close to fitness. 2 to 3 weeks still. It's not ideal. We finished scouting Yuki Morita. He might be okay, he might not be. We're taking on the team who are top here. Also, we're still in the All Japan Cup, right? Okay. We've been drawn against Oita. This competition qualifies you for the Champions League. We might have a better chance of winning this than finishing top 2 in the league. I say that. We're in a very kind of premature round to be planning ahead for winning it. So we'll take it a game at the time, but it probably should be like a focus. At least Kamia's developing well. He looked really good in that last game for us. A lot of our young players are inconsistent, which upsets me. I mean, look at his form. I love having the chat. This might be such a small thing. On this skin, I love having this panel and this panel. I think when you're looking at other teams, like just being able to see their manager and how they play, like it adds just a little bit to me. Like I know before, like it's kind of listed, like, you know, the manager's listed, but just having the face and like their reputation and a bit of information about them, and then having who's actually playing well in their team and their top goal scorer and assister. Like they're such tiny things. But I instantly feel like I know more about what's going on in my save game when I just click on a random team and I'm given that info without having to hunt it by going to their club screen specifically. How's the centre-back from our academy? He's doing good, Ferreira. Like, he's a decent little backup centre-back. The problem is he occupies a foreign player spot. I really need him to give up his Portuguese nationality and commit to Japan. Because if he does that, he gets way more minutes. But you can't have dual citizenship. So he has to sacrifice his Japanese nationality, and he doesn't seem to want to do it. Oh, MW90, that's quality, mate. I think it's such a good thing to have added to the screen. And the league history stuff being added is class. The one thing, mate, that my chat keeps mentioning and my comments keep mentioning is the arrows. People don't think the arrows are very readable. Which I think they're okay. I think it's just how they're cut off slightly. Because I know the chevron style, but it's the one thing that I've consistently had people mention is the arrows aren't too easily readable. I don't know if that's something on your to-do list. I absolutely detest chat. Having worked on skinning stuff myself, when someone starts telling me, I'll change this and that and that. But at the same time, I'm going to shoot my shot and mention what people have mentioned to me. Is Diaco fit yet? 45 minutes. So I'm allowed... Is it 5 foreign players? I'm allowed 5 foreign players. And I'm at the limit. If everyone was fit, this is what I'd play, but I've got too many injuries. I mean, I kind of feel like I have to start Diaco. I don't have any centre attacking mids that can play striker except the tree. I guess we play the tree. Chat, what are your thoughts on the stars on this skin? I think I like them, but they remind me of Super Mario Galaxy, and that might be why I like them. They do remind me of when you put a stroke on something in Photoshop by accident, like an arrow with a stroke. And then you forget that it's on. That's probably only a me issue. I mean, Ratri has been awful. Vargas has had an absolute stinker. I think I drop him for Iber. The foreign limit is for the match day squad, not just the starting 11. So I can't have like foreign players on the bench and rotate them in and out. That'd be very useful if it was like that, though. Right, we're taking on the team who are top. Oh, I don't want to do this. Leave me alone. Send assistant. Change the stars slightly. They're sharper now and the empty stars a bit more visible. Oh, nice. That sounds good to me. There's a few times where like buttons look like they're missing. I don't know if I can think of a good example now. I just noticed one there when I was changing the when I was asking the assistant to do stuff. I think is it the limitation with like the style sheet stuff where the colours are used across multiple bits. Right, sometimes I have it on inbox items. Shit, we've conceded in 30 seconds. Why are we so bad? Yeah, like without a background or border. I don't know why I'm hitting myself on the head with a bottle. I'm Arteta. That's unnecessary. Apologies, Mikel, if you're watching at home. I mean, Nagoya are bloody good, aren't they? Your reaction to tonight's Champions League game and whether or not it was the greatest in history. I mean, it was good, chat. Greatest in history is... no. The greatest Champions League game in history happened in Istanbul. Nah. It was entertaining. I don't think it was the greatest match in history. It wasn't back and forth enough. It kind of felt like the first half. Like, if the second leg is as good as the first leg, chat, then we can discuss it being one of the best ties over 2 legs. But as an individual match, for me, it wasn't like ding-dong enough, you know? Also, I just raked my hand through my hair there and felt holy. Got some nice cherry-smelling hair. Iber. Diaco. He's back from injury. He's cured. He's hit the crossbar. You know what? That's better than what the players prior have been doing. I'm fine with that. You know what I hate, chat? When teams play the same formation in and out of possession. If you're going to do this, just go play FM24. What are you doing here? If you're not going to be creative, just don't show up. I will say, we've looked better having conceded. We've recovered. We've stabilised. I kind of want to go attacking. You know what? Let's do it. We ball. Do I have pass into space on? No. I'm going to get rid of bypass press and put back pass into feet on. They're not really pressing anyway, and there's no space to pass into with 7 players in a block like this. Hi, Jack. Any updates on your Antiques Roadshow episode? Firstly, it was bloody bargain I went on. How dare you? Also, no news yet. The BBC have told me they will contact me a week or 2 before it airs. I get literally no notice either, chat. But I'll get contacted a week or 2 before it airs to let me know when it's scheduled. I can't remember the season, but I believe it's episode number 21 of its season. Also, I did a team talk there that was shit. Let's just ignore it, chat. Just pretend you didn't see it. I was told Diaco shouldn't play long, and he's been out for so long. You know what? I'm actually going to listen to the advice. I never do this. It feels illegal. I'm going to bring in Kawaii as well. Why is the tree so bad? What did I sell? You know what, chat? I'm not going to give spoilers. I'm not going to tell you what I bought. I've not signed an NDA, but I want you to watch the episode and go, wow, he's clueless, or wow, he's amazing. Who knows which it'll be? As someone who's, watched Bargain Hunt since they were meant to be revising for their GCSEs and would watch it in the morning when they had their study leave, let me tell you now, a lot different when you're there in the moment. Having done the backseat bargain hunting in person is difficult. Also, they're winning 2-0. I don't want to watch the replay. Skip that. I'm looking forward to following Twitter and just reading people tweet about me who are watching it live. Because what I've learned recently, chat, is there's a cult following to Bargain Hunt who live tweet along with every episode. As part of appearing on the show, the BBC actually have to tell you, by the way, we do have some safeguarding stuff. So when the show's airing, if you read anything that's mean, firstly, maybe don't search it out. But if you do, we can offer support. I'd like to think that we didn't do so badly that that's going to be necessary. Did I make enough money to cover my trip to Japan? That and then some. I feel like Bargain Hunt is not the TV show you go on for money. Do you know what I mean, chat? You go on it for the experience, the vibes. That's what I'm telling myself, having been on it. Right. We need 2 goals. We need a miracle. We need a hero. I've brought on Vargas, the young Uruguayan. He's not really got going yet, but maybe today is the day he gets going. It's Kawaii. I don't care. We've got a chance. Come on. Right. More direct. Up the tempo. You know what? We won't change anything else. You're going in for the blue fleece. Facts. Chat, I have a bargain hunt fleece in my cupboard in my bedroom. Do you? Don't think you do you? Maybe I should wear it next stream. Can we have a watch along when it comes out? Will we do a watch along? Probably not, because the time it airs is normally the time where I'm taking the dog to the park. Chat, do I want to tell you guys when it's on, or do I want to watch the episode first? I mean, it has a wife face reveal in it. If you're wondering, who was the duo you went on with? It's with Wok. It's me and Wok on the show. Wok face reveal on the BBC. Oh my, Kawaii, you have to keep it down, son. You have to keep it down. It's on iPlayer. Can you not watch along on iPlayer? iPlayer's a bit weird with Bargain Hunt episodes. If you search Bargain Hunt on iPlayer, they don't actually, like, properly order the series. Like, it's like a weird sporadic splattering of episodes. Like, they don't seem to have every episode on from what I remember watching of it. And it's kind of a bit of a weird order. Goodbyes through. I don't like this. A great block. 5 minutes of added time, chat. Do you dream? Go very attacking. It's not happening, is it? Is it? You know what? They're top of the league. That's a noble attempt. Clap the lads off. We went toe-to-toe with them. I can live with that. I'm proud of your efforts. Can we have the next channel meetup in an antique store / auction house to watch it? Who says no? I don't know if MW90 is here now. This is kind of what I mean by sometimes, like, there's no boxes or, like, there's, like, no box on this text. I'm sure it's either trivial to fix or it's something that's impossible to fix, and there's definitely no in between. But yeah, there's a few boxes like that I've noticed. You get it on inbox items sometimes too. I do really like this skin, chat. The only thing I don't like about chat is super minor. You see, like, there's these new background images, and loads of them look really good, but there's one of them in particular that is the London Stadium. It's West Ham's ground, and it's really obviously their ground, and I don't know why, it annoys me. I can't... Chat, does anyone ever do these meetings? Do you ever do these? Do you ever do... No, I don't either. I think it's a load of crap. Woke nonsense. Okay, Diaco's fit enough to be back in the team. A Wok face reveal is just as exciting as when the Stig took his helmet off. Did the Stig take his helmet off? Did I miss that episode? Did that happen? Ishikawa, can you please get fit quicker? I don't want to have to play the bloody tree, but I think we have to. Liquid, mate, thank you for the free gifted. Chat, if you got gifted a sub, say a big old thank you. Dude, I really, really appreciate that. Big love to you, my friend. I felt very bad, chat, yesterday for not streaming. On Saturday, I was like, I'm going to be back very soon. We're getting back in the rhythm of streaming. And then there was 2 days without a stream. Absolute fraud. I did get sunburnt on Sunday, and then I was still a bit sunburnt yesterday. Now it's kind of, I want to say it's turned into a tan. It hasn't. I'm still a bit pink. For people who missed it, it was Milo. If you don't know who Milo is, it's the terror of a puppy that we have in our house. He's not really a puppy anymore. I don't know. He's technically still a puppy, I think. But it was his first birthday at the weekend, chat. So we took him down to Whitstable. Took him to the beach. He got to live it up and soak up the sun, and then he was very tired for the next 2 days. Do you have to download this skin through the skin builder? You don't, but it's infinitely more easy to do all your skin stuff through the skin builder. Otherwise, it's very easy to mess things up, and if you ever want to remove the skin, it's a lot of extra steps that the skin builder can help with. I tell you what, we're starting to look at full fitness. We're getting there. I really don't like Ratri. I actually hate him so much, I think I'm better off playing strikers. Oh, this is the cup game. Bloody hell, I'm glad I noticed that, because that changes the rules on the bench. I think, though, chat, and I could be wrong here, I think we play the 4-2-4. I don't have a good centre attacking mid option with Ishikawa out injured. I could play Kieto, but then I'd be over the foreign player limit. I think this is the best way to set up. Akuneto has been very whelming so far. I need him to do a bit better. Have I edited this skin? No, this is the base control skin as it is. Sorry, Jackie, it's the last 20 minutes. We did win it, Mushroom Man. Don't you worry. We actually won some games of football. I can't believe it either. We did just lose against the team who were top 2-1. Right. This cup might be our best route into the Champo. So we do actually have to take this very, very seriously. We do need to lock in. I mean, I'll be honest, just having Diaco and Williams fit on the wings, I think is a big, big win for us. Oh, God, it's two teams playing a 4-2-4. What could go wrong? No Yang, I'm crying. Sorry, look, chat, I love Chinese Yang. That is his name. Chinese Yang, our left midfielder. But it is an absolute waste to use one of our foreign player spots on him unless there's injuries or we're rotating. Has anyone used the wide forward role much this year? I used it a bit when the game first came out, and I've not used it since. I kind of forget it exists. I feel like I just default to either an inside forward or a winger. It's like old habits where those two roles were just the better attacking midfielder roles. Like, you never used a wide target man, did you? If you did, weirdo. Sorry. Apologies to the wide target man enjoyers. They're playing with this wide forward on the right. I'll tell you what, if he scores, I'm going to be like, right, we have to use a wide forward now. I'm using it in my 44. It's a bit hit and miss. I don't know if it's just the players, but it's pretty inconsistent. Okay, so everyone agrees it's not good. Why are they on the front foot so much? I don't like this. Leave it out, Oita. Leave it out. Okay, it's gone over. We're fine. It's been a pretty shite first half, hasn't it? Blimey. We're not really selling the game of football here in Japan with performances like that. Get shouty, shouty. Akineto's exhausted already. You know what? Ikeda, you are hyped up by my staff as the chosen one. At 18, we'll give you some minutes. We all have a winger that can jump. The thing is, chat, if I have a winger who can jump, I kind of just want to play them as an inside forward for the back post ratty header against a fullback. I feel like this wide target man doesn't get into the box like quick enough when the ball's on the far side. Or at least that used to always be the case. I can't say I've tried it a ton. I don't miss chat. Remember in FM24, like every match engine has its thing. FM24's thing where it'd be like a throw in that was thrown down and then it would always be crossed to the far post and always headed in. I don't miss it. Why are they on the attack so much? Stop. Okay, that's fine. We've not been good in this game. I'm taking off Shimada. Iba, on you come. Williams off for show as well. And I'm going to bring in Kim here. I'm going to change up the attack. Fresh legs needed. Need to rest some legs as well with players coming back from injury. Both Williams and Diaco have had big spells with injuries like already this season. I don't want to risk it. Let's go to more attacking. They've had one shot on target to our 4, but it's been an awful game. Is anything going to happen? Football Manager. I'm asking for something. I think this goes to extra time. Unless 30 seconds left, chat. Is there late drama? Is it going to happen? Nothing's happening. Football Manager has this weird obsession with pointless highlights. This is definitely just going to be a pointless highlight. I don't even know what causes these highlights to happen. What? Why show me that? Oh, chat, look at me. Look how... what the fuck is our player doing there? It looks like he's seen a spirit or something. The graphics are great. Oh, chat. Their manager... He looks like he's going to call a hit on me. Look at him in his suit. This isn't good enough. Do something different. Hattorium for Matsuoka. I can't afford to go down a man. I still have a sub. But the thing, I have a sub. I have no players left to bring on unless I want to make a sub in goal or a centre-back change. I need Kofi for the set pieces. I don't have the free cam mod installed at the moment, which is probably a blessing. This game's a representation of Arsenal v Atleti tomorrow. There's hope not, but it does have that vibe. Show. Iber, please, 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 Kamiya. If someone's going to score, it's going to be Kamiya. Kamiya is, they call him the Elise of Japan. It's a true fact. He loves a ball roll. Look, here he is, giving it to Iberg. What play? You're offside. Get inside. Is he on? Is he on? I think he's on. Come on, Vargas. He's fucking scored. He's 19 years old. We've plucked him from Uruguay. He can't speak a word of Japanese. I feel a bit bad for him, really. But football is a universal language, and maybe he's starting to get on our wavelength. I was convinced he was offside there. I didn't want to celebrate it. We'll take it. We will take it. I kind of just want to stay on the front foot here, chat. Why would you change anything in a game like this? If I touch anything, we concede, and you all tell me I'm an idiot. Just stay on attack. That was a good... You know what? That was a nice finish. Back to goal, turned around and actually shot. Doesn't happen enough. They've gone to a 4-2 foot, chat. They're desperate. They're panicking. I actually feel like our defensive shape is pretty much ideal to go man for man with them as well. Okay, 6 minutes left in the cup. This cup is our best chance at Champions League football. So these games really do matter. Some countries, you don't really care about the cup competitions. When there's 3 Champions League spots on offer and one of them goes to the cup winner, you care about that cup. Oh my God, where is their keeper going? Vargas has missed it. He should have had another. I guess it's fine. I guess it's, yeah, you know what? It's fine. Just get us to the end of the game. It's not been flawless on stream today, but we've actually got some wins. And we have quite a good defensive record, generally speaking. We win in the All Japan Emperor's Cup. It annoys me it's called the All Japan Cup, because it used to be called the Emperor's Cup. And I think 2 competitions got merged together. Vargas, you did great. He ends his goal drought, chat. 10 hours without a goal. 10 hours. 10. Man's got 16 finishing. Thing is, like, perfectionist personality. 20 years old, only just turned 20. He had a release clause, didn't he? Can we negotiate a new contract without a release clause? That'd be good. Let's not lock anything in. I think he's going to want that release clause. His current release clause is... I can't see it on this screen, because of course I can't. Chat, aren't you normally able to see the current contract for a player here? Oh, it's hit... It's a good game, innit? Right, so his current release clause is to anyone, and it's 600k. Even though he's not played that well for us, I really want to remove the release clause if we can. He wants it locked in. I'm just going to up it to 2.1 and lock it. I love this. He scored 2 goals in 10 games, and I'm here like thinking, give him a bigger contract. I'm thinking bigger picture. You know, I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the player he could become. And I don't want to lose him for 600k. I'd be fuming at that. At 2 million, if I lose him, I'm not going to cry quite so much. Anytime you're in Japan, there always seems to be a lot of lower league teams that get to the latter stages of cup competitions. It's quite common in real life. I don't know if it's implemented in game. But if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the All Japan Cup, whoever is the lower division team is given the home fixture. I don't think that's made up. I think that's shit. Yeah. Lower division teams play at home, or if both teams are from the same division, then the previous year's worst league team finisher plays at home. Which is kind of mad, because we were in the second division last year. Any first division team we play against, we play at home. Which is a big advantage. But yeah, that definitely is one of the reasons you get more upsets in this competition. It's actually quite an interesting way of seeing how strong home and away advantage is. Saying all of that, we've been drawn again away against Kawasaki Frontale, so maybe how it calculates things based on promotion is different. I mean, this year there's a lot less upsets, like it's mostly J1 teams left. But there are 2 J2 teams playing one another, so there's going to be one of those in the semi-final. All right, we've got Fukuoka and then Central Coast Mariners. MT Games, dude, thank you for the channel membership redeem over on YouTube, mate. I appreciate you a lot. 22 months as a key player. You must be one of the first people who became a YouTube channel member. I feel like I was very late to the YouTube channel member stuff. Mate, I really, really appreciate the support. I hope you've been enjoying Park to Prem. And I will apologise to any key player channel members. I've not been able to consistently get Park to Prem episodes up the night before. I'm trying to get better at it again. For people who don't know, if you're a key player channel member on YouTube, you get YouTube videos early. If I was one of those YouTubers that did 1 video a week, obviously it's very easy to guarantee you a video like a day early. But because all the content is like produced daily, like for the next day, the turnarounds do sometimes make it a bit tricky. And there has been a lot of plates I've had to be spinning lately that have just kept me on my toes and meant I've been having some late nights of video business. I'm really hoping, chat, I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. I'm really hoping the not the Champions League, well, I'm hoping the Champions League good. I'm really hoping the World Cup, like international stuff, is good in Football Manager this year and really kind of breathes some new interest into the game. Do you and Wok have any nice travel plans over the summer? Was the honeymoon / extended Japan trip at one big holiday? That was the big holiday for the year. Like, it's tricky with our works, like, and how we work to not go on a load of holidays. I've got some friends who live in Stockholm. It's a guy I went to school with whose birthday it was yesterday. Actually, no, it's still his birthday for another 20 minutes. Happy birthday, Lewis. Not that you watch this, Lewis, but if you're happy birthday. He lives in Stockholm with his partner. I'm kind of hoping we might be able to visit them because we've not been to visit them yet. And we've got like a weekend planned just on the coast for just one night. But no like big foreign trips planned. And if we go to Stockholm, it will just be for the weekend. It's one of those ones where, you know, for a few £100 I can get a flight to Sweden. We can sleep at their house. And it's not too expensive of a trip. I really need Ishikawa to hurry up and get fit. The fact that he's had this long-term injury is so bloody annoying because I do not rate Ratri at all. To the point where I think I might go for the 4-2-4 again. I think we might just have to more commonly play this shape, which I don't love. But it's tricky. In fact, I've already got it set up here. Chat, why do I keep butchering my tactic? And just once, mass. Just mash and do a load. Oh, how have I managed to... And how far back are we undoing it? What is going on? This is like from many matches ago. I didn't realise you could undo that far. As an American, it's nuts to me that people in Europe talk about travelling to other nations like they're next door. For me to get to Canada/Mexico, it's like an 8-hour flight. It is nice. I mean, it's a bit different now after Brexit because you can't just, like, there's a lot more border stuff. But yeah, I mean, the open borders and stuff in Europe are great for, like, getting around. And once you're, like, in, Europe, just being able to drive around and visit whoever is always nice. Let's give Akeda the game time. It'll be nice, chat, at some point in this save game to just have everyone actually fit at once. Now, on this preset, I am running the channel forward next to the inside forward. I don't know how that interaction's going to work. We'll give it a go this game and see how it works out. I might hate it and change things. I don't really want to play Williams as an inside forward because the box-to-box playmaker is kind of occupying that space. Like in the final third, this kind of makes sense. There's a bit of a, conflict, I think, here going on, but we'll keep an eye on it. Fitness levels are not great here. What is the gap between this game? I've got 3 days till the Champions League game, but Fukuoka are bottom. I kind of want to drop Vargas, but I feel like I've got to keep him in. Because he got a goal last game, and I already want him to get some momentum going. We're at the foreign player limit, right? I don't know. I do have one spot. Ishikawa's not ready. It's weird. I feel like with this team, there's loads of there's like the wide areas. I know I want Tiako and Williams. The defense in mid area and the center, like the defense, I know who I want. The striking area and how we set things up is just the thing that's in flux. Like, do we go for the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2? Obviously, both have the same like out of possession shape. It's just about whether or not we have a centre attack in mid or not. I think having the channel forward be the tracking centre forward is kind of interesting. So when we don't have the ball, he'll drop in. And I'm hoping he'll make runs off Vargas quite nicely when we do look to counter. We'll see how that plays out. If he lives in Stockholm, it's not his birthday anymore. You know what? That's actually a great point. Sorry, Lewis. I'd like to rescind my happy birthday. Because where you are, it's not your birthday anymore. Where's Jack Phillips when you need him? I'll tell you what, Jack Phillips would do bits in Japan. I feel like this attacking shape is nice against teams where I think we can win. I mean, Fukuoka are bottom. I'm going to go attacking as well. I might live to regret it. I kind of just feel like they're bottom of the league. So far this season, we are doing fine in 11th. We've got pretty unlucky if you believe the XG table. We have the best defence in the league. We're only 6 points off Gamba Osaka in second. They're actually only on 9 points. They're not that far behind us, really. Also, chat, how small is Kato in the wall? Against the left footer, I feel like the taller bloke should be on the left. Kofi and Kato next to each other. Why are they in order? What's with like putting them in order of height? How tall is Kato? 160 centimetres, chat. He should not be in the wall. That's what are we doing? Why is he in the wall? Why is he in the wall? He's jumped his highest. No one else in the wall jumped as high as him. It's a great free kick, but we've just let him have that. You could see it happening from a mile away. That's the worst thing. Football Manager's just winding me up. Is he normally in the wall there and I've just not noticed? I mean, I'm 6 foot tall, chat, and he is 23 centimetres shorter than me. That's not big to put him in the wall, is it? Like, even if he jumps his highest, he's not doing great. Nothing's happening. I love Kato as well. Like, he's our little Kante at defensive mid. He's got crazy mentals, great physicals, except his jumping. Technically, he's adequate. If we lose because he was in the wall and that's the only highlight of the game, I'm going to be fuming. Justice for Kato. It's just a mean prank to put him in the wall, really, isn't it? I am thinking about the fact we've got to play Central Coast Mariners in 3 days' time in the Asian Champions League, thinking, do I just make loads of changes in anticipation for that game? And also because nothing is working in this game here. Please no. Please no. Please. How was that at the post and gone wide? That is outrageously lucky. I'm in one of those moods, chat, where I feel like we should do something silly. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. It might not work, but I've got a plan. I wasn't meant to put in Kawaii either, by the way. It's meant to be Kita in. Hear me out. Who says no? Get in Kamiya. Kamiya is the star boy. Kamiya shadow striker. Diakos plays winger. I want you two guys running into the channel and then Kamiya just charges through the middle. What could go wrong? Kofi, you are now an overlapping centre-back. Am I getting... Oh, chat, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Why not? Why? Oh, this is out of possession. Now, out of possession, you can come back. We'll bring Kawaii in, because he can do... This just makes sense. This just makes sense. If we just put everyone on run into the channel... Let me cook. Let me cook. My plan is... Because nothing's working here, so, you know, we might as well try. We play as narrow as possible. Goalkeeper distribution. Just over the top. Just lump it. Why is that not working when I click? Oh, it did work. It just... Oh, the highlighting doesn't update. You can see it updating down here. Just doesn't update in the box. Just FM things. Go long. None of this looking for overlap nonsense. Balanced for both. Is this a sign that I've lost my mind? Possibly. I just feel like we might as well go for it. We've been cacking this game. Bring in Iber. Bring in Quieto. That's all my subs done. What could go wrong? Just everyone in the channel. If this works, chat, I'm genius. I've just realised it's the 52nd minute. You'd think it was like the 90th minute by the fact I've made 5 subs. Nakano's doing absolute great techers at the back. The changes haven't even happened yet. If we score, am I going to abandon my plan? Oh, Vargas, you should finish this. Now, part of me feels like I should cancel the changes now, given the fact it is now 1-1 and it's the 52nd minute. The other part of me thinks, I've just spent 5 minutes setting up that, so I'm committing to it. I'm committing to it. I didn't even get given the option to cancel it, because why would Football Manager give me the option to cancel it? Encourage the lads. Go on, the boys! What is this? This is nonsense. If we win, it's absolute genius. They don't know what to do. Look at us. Look at the players in the middle of it. Look at this. It's like playground football. Just get everyone behind the ball. Look at this. This is football, everyone. You might not like it. This is what peak Football Manager looks like. Shit. Shit. Great blocks. Come on. The skin we're using is the control skin. Spelt like control, like the keyboard control. Right. Look at the attackers. There's 6 of them. Quieto, give it back. Diaco. Is he on? He's on. Cato, they bullied you, mate, for your lack of height. They bullied you, mate. They laughed at you. They took advantage of you. Get your revenge. Quieto, Iber, come here. I'm a genius. He might be offside. He might be offside. Just lower hands. Not too low there. It looks like I'm doing something under the desk. It's offside. It's offside. It did look off, didn't it, chat? It did look off. I've noticed, right, on the latest Football Manager update, they started drawing the lines. But the lines are never in the right place, so I don't know if the lines are worth drawing. Okay. I still believe. I still believe. Chat, I'm just lumping it forward to the big men. They've gone to a 4-4-2. Respect. They're bottom of the league, please. They're bottom of the league. They're not good. They're just not. They're not. Where's our defence? We have 3 centre-backs. What's happening? No, that's not in the area. That is never in the area. It's nearly midnight. Don't make me shout. That is never... That is... Poppycock is that in the... Yeah, correct. The ref hasn't even made his decision yet and it's telling me no penalty. It was that obvious. Watch them score from the free kick because Cato's in the wall. I was joking. I was joking. I was joking. Please stop. Lino! 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 That counts. We've bottled it. We've bottled it against the team who are bottom. What are we doing here? This shot isn't even good. He baby legs it through the defender's leg and then it's just ping pong. Look. I hate everything. I hate everything. Right, we can still score. We can still score, I believe. 3 minutes in a dream. 1 minute in a dream. No minutes in a... No dreams. I am not Nelson Mandela. Or Martin Luther King. It was Martin Luther King who had a dream, weren't it? I don't have it. I don't have it. It's gone. It's not ideal. I'll hold up hands and say it's not ideal. But I do want to remind you, chat, what happens in the league doesn't matter because we're going to win the Champions League this year. We've got 2 clean sheets in 2 games. We're bloody massive. We're playing 2 days. I really should be resting the players. We're going to Australia. Good day, mate, etc. There's probably Australians up watching the stream, I realise, because of the time we're streaming. How are you doing? I don't know if I like the Central Coast Mariners badge. I realise it's a bit like the New York Cosmos badge, isn't it? Does the Cosmos still exist in... Chat, they've literally... Who did their badge first? Because someone really just... Someone probably needs to do a lawsuit. That's right, Duncan. We've got the Oceanic Champions League. We're going for the Asian Champions League at the moment. Okay, Vargas signs that new deal, which he definitely doesn't deserve, but we've removed a release clause. The domestic Japanese schedule is nuts. How you manage it plus the Champions League. Do my own Japanese campaign with Yamaguchi Renofa. It's not been too bad. I say it's not been too bad. The first 2 months of the season have been bloody horrible for fixtures. I think now it's getting a little bit better for congestion. But in terms of how we're doing, before today's stream, I would have said I was panicking more. Things have got a bit more on track, but we have just lost to the team who were bottom 2-1, so maybe I should rescind it. We're actually not in a great spot, but then when you look at the league, it's kind of mad. The parity in this league, everyone struggles against one another. Like, we've got the best defence in the league. If we could learn to score, we'd be fine. Have we found this saves Cliff Garcia yet? No. Chat, I don't think there'll ever be another Cliff Garcia. He joined for the healthcare. How is Japanese healthcare? I'm not going to pretend I know. I think I should play the 4-2-3-1 chat. Akineto being away, by the way, is bloody annoying. Like, I'm all for representing your nation and stuff, but representing your nation and leaving me short during the Champions League, disgraceful behaviour. I can actually bring Kieto in here because there's no foreign player limits in the Champions League. So that is the one good thing. What's the best free FM skin right now? I mean, I'm using the control skin, so I'll say this skin. But I've not tried any others. So, who am I to tell you? Is this the team? I think this is the team. I don't rate Vargas. But I've given him a new contract, so I feel like I have to use him. Also, there's a really annoying bug in this version of Football Manager right now where you can like highlight player names by mistake. And you can't unhighlight them to click on them, so you have to go back and forward. This guy's going to be so good eventually, maybe. Do I just keep faith with him? My concern is that his lack of strength, jumping reach, aggression and bravery kind of means as a lone forward, he's just not very good at holding up the play or doing anything. Like, I kind of think in possession I should just play him as a channel forward. Which might seem stupid, but I don't think, like, the kind of central forward role I'm using him in, he's, like, obviously just occupying the two centre-backs and he just gets bullied. At least as a channel forward, he's going to attack the space a bit more. In my head, it makes sense. It's a Champions League game. We've won our first 2 Champions League games. Win this one, we're almost guaranteed to make the knockouts. We looked at it last stream. 10 points pretty much guarantees you it. You need 10 points from 8 games. 9 points is usually good enough as well. We've won our first 2 games. Admittedly, right, they have been against some of the not-so-good teams in the Champions League. And we've got a sea of Korean, Chinese and Australian teams still to play. So the sooner we can get close to that 10-point mark, the better. Why is the league table all out of order with the numbers? No idea. The 2 teams we've played are teams that have not yet won a game. So this is more of a proper test. We have been playing a lot of the 4-2-4 huge potato, but it's just not really worked for us. The lack of comms on what's up with the next update is getting rather annoying. It's just complete silence right now. I'll be honest, I think, assuming it's... Well, we know that the next update for Football Manager is probably going to be like the World Cup mode. I imagine any kind of messaging or like updates regarding the game they want to do have to be signed off by FIFA. And that probably adds a degree of complication. Having done some work with FIFA with the Football Manager World Cup, and especially when you're trying to work with a company like FIFA that are also focused on like hosting a World Cup and, you know, doing all the logistics around it, that's offside. Not even going to celebrate. I imagine whatever I can't imagine there'll be a lot of build up to the World Cup like update. To be honest, I think it will be a case of maybe like the day before, the week before they go, here's what's coming, and then we just get it. Purely because getting sign off on stuff that's in development is tricky. Do I experience many soft locks or bugs when using face packs like the huge one from SI? No. I get people all the time tell me the game crashes for them, or they get soft locks, or they get issues. I don't know if I've got really lucky, chat. I've not had any like major game breaking soft locks or like crashes or bugs. I think I had one since the beta, and that was one where I deliberately crashed the game by doing something I knew broke it because I saw someone else mention it. And it was like a weird combination of button presses that I would never, ever normally do. Ah, shit. They've scored. Panic. Panic. Chat, how's the game been for you guys? If you guys are still playing FM26, like, is the game stable for you? Because it's really tricky, right? I can only really anecdotally go off what I experience. I don't have any issues with crashes and bugs and stuff. But then, like, I get people come into the stream and go, I tried the game for the first time in 6 months and it crashed 7 times and then my save game broke and I've not played it since. And I don't know when someone writes that, if they're being genuine or if they're just someone who hates the game and so just says that stuff to be negative. I hate the fact that on the internet I cynically kind of assume it could be that, just because my own experience is so different from that, and 7 crashes just sounds like an exaggeration. I feel like if my game was crashing that much, we're getting to 4 or 5 and then I'm tapping out. Genuinely had 1 crash since launch. Look, most likely I've got soft lock once. Had a few crash in the last few weeks, but I have auto-save after every match, so it's not that bad. Yeah, it's tricky, chat. Because I've just not had the issues, and I hate to be... Please score, Vargas. Finally. Chat, maybe the new contract's what he needed. Mine's working perfectly fine. I don't find the game is immersive. I have that exact same issue. Stephen in YouTube says no crashes since the last update. It's tricky. Because I have no doubt, chat, that there are people who are having a lot of crashes with the game, but I think they are in the minority, and I do wonder, like, have they installed mods that are out of date or, you know, fudged around with their game and that's causing issues? Maybe Vargas has to play as a channel forward. Maybe that's the play going forward. Had 1 crash since I got the game, but I did get on the day of the Lewis meetup. I'll tell you what, I feel like if you got the game now, chat, someone who's really casually into Football Manager, like, you know, you get the game every other year and you just thought, oh, there's a new Football Manager, I didn't know about it. I feel like you probably get this game and kind of enjoy it without all the discourse. I think the game is in like an enjoyable state now. Like, it's not perfect. It's not on par with FM24 in terms of like feature completion. But I feel like it is getting there. Right, let's get in Kamiya, let's get in Show. I feel like these 2 guys in the wide area are just 2 great subs to bring in. I could bring in Ishikawa, who's coming back from injury as well. You know what? 3 fresh centre attacking mids. Let's go for this. Away from home, we need wins. We don't have to get wins, but wins are needed. Especially in a game where I think we are the better team on paper. Does 26 feel too easy? I definitely feel like at times the game feels too easy. I try and kind of not come up with self-imposed challenges, but like do things that I know aren't optimal. So like if you've been watching Park to Prem, you'll know I've really been persisting with like a 3 at the back with tracking wide midfielders for a lot of games. And I found that infinitely kind of more rewarding. I guess with this save game, it's a little bit different in the sense that I do want to finish the Pentagon Challenge, chat. At the same time, I'm not, using the strikerless cheese. Oh, there's 2 minutes left. There's 2 minutes left. A late goal here would suck. A draw's not disastrous, because a draw moves us on to 7 points. We need 1 win in our last 5 games to make the knockouts pretty much guaranteed. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay, it's gone wide. We're fine. Everything's fine. I think we take the point. I'm not happy, but it's a point. It's a point on the road in the Champions League. We're up in third. One more win and we'll be good. Who are our remaining games against? We've got Melbourne Victory at home, then Seoul away, John Book at home, Ulsan at home, and then Seoul Eland away. Am I playing 4 Korean teams? Wait, there are 4 Korean teams that qualify for this competition. I thought it was 3 was the max, but am I mistaken? Does Korea always get 4 spots and Japan only get 3 spots, or is that because I don't know what the qualification rules are, because it doesn't actually explain it anywhere. Last season did one of them make the final or something? Oh, Ulsan won it last year on penalties. Fair play. There's our inspiration, chat. Korean teams can come out on top. In fact, looking at it, teams on our side of the bracket have actually won it more years than they haven't. Although I suspect part of the reason for that is it's like Qatari team. Al Ahly lost on pens. What does Al Ahly's team look like? Now I'm curious. Actually, it's not as stacked as I thought it would be. They've got Chris Richards from Crystal Palace. They've got Bremer. I mean, the wages of these players are stupid, but they're not as stacked as you'd think they'd be this far in the future. Which is a bit weird. I wonder why the Saudi teams aren't as good as you'd expect. Because normally the Saudi teams, even if you don't have Saudi Arabia loaded, go crazy with signings, don't they? I'm trying to look through some of their teams now. So I'm curious. I was going to sort by value, but because I've got a tribute masking on, that's probably not the best judge. I mean, Al Hilal have got, like, Karnadeski, Edison, Bernardo Silva. Like, if you meet them in the final, you're crying, aren't you? Also, they've got Mohamed Toure, now plays for Norwich at the moment. He looks very good for Norwich as well. Basically, chat, we hope that one of the not-so-good Saudi teams plays us if we have to play a Saudi team in the final at some point. I mean, Al Nassr have got Rafinha, João Felix, but then they've just not got many other players. Maybe the Asian Champions League won't be as tricky as I thought it would be. I mean, you still have to navigate our side of the bracket, which I suppose now, based on the fact that we can see that over the last few years, teams on our side of the bracket have won it, maybe means that our side's harder than the other side. Right, shall we do one more game on stream today, chat? I've still got to edit tomorrow's Park to Prem. We've got FC Tokyo up next. I can't play the team that just played, I don't think. Oh, I can. Oh, yeah, because Akineto's on international duty. I think we run this same team. We keep Vargas on channel forward. How's Kieto? I feel like our centre attacking mid hasn't been very good this season. Like, Kieto's numbers last year were unrealistically good to expect him to continue to perform too. I could try him at Shadow Striker. Or second striker. Does everyone else still call it Shadow Strike, or am I just a boomer? Let's give that a go. I don't really want to use him as an advanced playmaker because I've got the box-to-box playmaker behind. I actually think maybe as a second striker he can attack the space that the channel forward will vacate. Because we have been using a kind of centre forward who will sit more central, but Vargas is going to be a bit more free now, so Kieto kind of attacking the space that Vargas vacates is probably good. I didn't even realise they changed the name. Was your brain just filling in the blank as Shadow Striker? Are we all Atletico in here? I'm a Real Madrid supporter, but sadly Atleti are the lesser of all evils. Chat, I just want a good game tomorrow, but I never know if you're going to get an entertaining game of football with Atleti. Ethan Williams has still got his contract running down. Kieto's told me he's leaving on a free already. Do I even renew Williams' contract? I really wanted him to give me a reason to renew it. Is Camilla that much worse than Williams? Because I feel like Camilla's been our best developer of all the youngsters in our team. I'll tell you what, chat, Camilla's actually just better, isn't he? I even realise how much Camilla's got better. Like, mostly because, I'll be honest, this screen is just dog shit in Football Manager. Like, this graph doesn't even work properly because, firstly, this is not readable at all. But there's no colour chart. The only way you can actually judge development is literally to untick everything and then look at things individually, which is just fucking absurd. Okay, his agility went up by 1. His balance has been yo-yoing. Pace has gone up by 1. Has Camille just always been good? He has definitely had a few breakthroughs in certain areas. I mean, that green is barely readable, is it? I hope this is... If this is not fixed this cycle, like, my head will be in my hands. Like, that screen being as non-functional as it is should be, like, a top priority to fix. Like, one of the funniest things about Football Manager is savouring the development of your players. You can't even do that. You complain about no colour chart. I don't even know how to get to that screen. To be fair, getting to that screen is the same as it used to be in Football Manager. You just click on an attribute. Just click on the wording of any of these and it will go to it. But that was the same like last year. I think, chat, I'm not going to renew Williams' contract. I'm actually beginning to think that he shouldn't even be playing. The issue I've got is, I suppose, that Camilla plays on the right, and so does Diaco. I mean, I could play Diaco on the left. See, Camilla's not consistent, but because his biggest strength is his physicals, and physicals aren't affected by consistency, it's not too big of a concern. Murray's still coming back from injury. I want to end the stream with a win, chat. So with this setup, I'm using my 4 foreign player spots of these guys here. Normally, I'd only have 3 of the front 4 be foreign, but because Akineto's on international duty, there's just this extra spot. I can ignore that message. Also, does anyone love the fact, right, on this screen here, because I've just played in the Champions League where there's 12 players on the bench, I had 3 extra subs selected. It tells you here, hey, you've got 3 extra subs selected. There is no easy way to deselect the 10th, 11th and 12th sub options on this screen. In fact, as far as I'm aware, there isn't a way to deselect them here. The way you have to do it is come to this screen here. In fact, they don't even show here as well. They're just ghost players. Like, how does that get in the game and not get fixed at some point? I mean, I'm just going to ignore it, obviously. Now, the bottom left shows the 9 subs, that when there's 12 subs. Also, the shape is wild. The issue you have is, chat, you don't know who the 3 players are who are on the bench who aren't meant to be there. What I hate most about the new eyes, it doesn't show me my top goal scorer, top assister, or top performer. This skin shows that. On the club site screen, you can see it. Do you think they fixed the game in FM26 or GG it's cucked? Oh, FM27. Chat, I'm going to be honest. I think for Football Manager to get to the level it was at with FM24, it's going to be a couple of years. But as long as the game is on like a steadily improving trajectory, like theoretically, right, what we had at launch and what we have now should like the game should never be worse than it was at launch or it is now. Like every update should improve it. In theory, if that stops being the case, that's when I start to worry. But I think based on the changes they've made since launch and how modability is kind of being explored and figured out by the community, I'm pretty optimistic and confident for the future of FM. Do I have a link to the skin somewhere? I think if you put in ! skin in Twitch chat, it will show up. Right-click on their name or underneath sub-9, you'll see their name move down, aka out the sub-list. But the thing is, you don't know which players are in the 12 spots because it doesn't show you. Either way, to suggest that right-clicking players that aren't flagged as being on the bench is like, oh, such an obvious fix, fucking stupid. It should not be like that. I still don't feel like it was ready for launch. Felt like it was two versions away from being ready for launch. Oh, absolutely. Chat, Football Manager, like, I don't think Sports Interactive wanted to launch the game in the state it launched in, but they had to. Football Manager lost millions of pounds for Sega, chat, by not shipping in 2025 or 2020. Was it, what year would it have been? It would have launched in 2024. There being no FM25 would have, well, it cost Sega millions. They literally couldn't delay the next game. They just had to get the game in the best shape possible to ship and then fix it on the fly. I think that's very, very evident, especially based on the updates they then subsequently released after launch. What's the name of this skin? It's called Control, which is like spelt like the control key on your keyboard, so like CTRL. I mean, that's an annoying foul, but it looked quite good in 3D. It looked quite good in 3D. Penalty awarded. Pain. Pain. Favourite formation? I don't know if I have a favourite formation this year. I quite like what I'm playing with the Lewis FC team, just because it's fun to do stuff that wouldn't work in past FMs. Okay. Nakano, I need a save. Never mind. Never mind. I mean, our media prediction is 15th, so maybe I shouldn't be shocked. But I was kind of hoping we might get top half. Is FM Sega's biggest breadwinner? No, but it's an expensive one. It's not even close to Sega's biggest bread earner. But it's always been like safe income as far as Sega are concerned. Like Sega doesn't have a ton of franchises that release every year and are just a stable earner. Is Harriet the Moroccan guy, chat, that they just had score the penalty? Is he Moroccan, the number 14 there? I'm trying to think where he played. I know the name. I can't think where he used to play. I'll finish that. Oh, that is it. Some of the 3D goals are just nice. Like, Williams scored a crazy Rabona earlier, but even like finishes like that just look great. Oh, Schalke. Did he have some special cards in Ultimate Team chat? I feel like I'm remembering from an Ultimate Team card. Maybe at Schalke. That finish, by the way, like the low-driven shot in off the post just looks satisfying. So good. The issue with Football Manager chat is, and the things that make it hard to delay are, firstly, obviously, the fact they didn't release a game the year before. But if they delay the release of the game, Football Manager have to go to all the license holders that they like get licenses like for the leagues and the clubs and, you know, players for and renegotiate them. I know from like people I know from within football, there were certain leagues that were threatening to pull their license when they said there was going to be no FM25. It's probably not the big leagues you'd expect. But I heard from various people that there were certain leagues and stakeholders within leagues that were not happy there wasn't going to be a Football Manager. Because, there is a financial commitment that Football Manager offer, and they go, hey, we want to, license the Premier League. We'll give you this money for a certain number of games. For a certain number of games to release, and then the first one they don't release. And Football Manager, obviously, if they're not releasing a game that year, they don't want to have to pay the leagues for that license. But sometimes the leagues have already spent that money. They're like, well, we want the money anyway. You told us that you were paying for our license for 4 years. We don't care that you didn't release a game. We want the money. So it's not just missed sales that cost Football Manager and Sega. It's like, the lack of a shipping of a game. Hey, Chasing Lamely, dude, thank you for the raid. Mate, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better than we are at the moment. We need a miracle. We need some wins. We need heroes. Getting Kamir, getting Okamura. I believe. You know what? Let's just change the whole attack. Change the whole attack. And go to the 4-2-4. Go more direct and hope for a miracle. I think the change was too big and too ambitious. I mean, they were moving the game engines. Chat, what you have to remember is, right, FM26 wasn't just like a port. It was, they completely rewrote the game like in a whole new engine. Like, the underlying game logic, they took and obviously updated slightly. But, like, oh, what's a goal? Come on. Maybe we're... I'm not going to cancel the changes. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to cancel the changes. We'll stay as we were. But at the end of the day, chat, Football Manager wanted to move engines. They delayed moving engines by a year prior to FM25. Originally, FM24 was going to be the one in a new engine. And I think what's transpired is it's a lot of work to move a game as complicated as Football Manager into a new engine. Like, obviously, they picked Unity. They would have done a load of scope work. They would have had a team of developers. They were working on the move to Unity for like 5 years. Like, they have an early team that go on and do a lot of the pre-production work and try and scope it out. But when it comes to something as complicated as, basically recreating a game and having to program it in a whole new language, which a lot of it had to be reprogrammed and like reformatted, like, you never know how long it's going to be. Like, they clearly had an estimation, what a save, Nakado, and it was monumentally off. Right, Football Manager have been working on this switch to Unity for like 5 years, chat. They had a lot of the studio on it for 2 years. I don't know if people remember, around FM24, they basically announced saying, hey, just so you know, like, I think it was before FM23. I could be wrong. Was it before FM23 that they started talking about FM24 and explaining that, like, they're going to be moving engines? The whole timeline of Football Manager for the last 5 years is a mess in my head. Do I like the new libero role, the advanced centre-back? It's very fun, Gunner. I haven't used it much recently. I played with it around, like, a lot in the beta, and I really liked it then. How I've always said, FM26 is basically CM4 again. FM24 was CM4, but 20 years later, you can't compare 24 to 26 with any degree of fairness. I totally get that point of view of, FM26 has to be treated as its own thing to FM24. But at the same time, when you're charging more money than you were for the previous version of the game and you've made people wait 2 years, I don't think it's an outrageous expectation for people to expect it to work at launch. And FM26 for a lot of people didn't work at launch and had a lot of issues, many of which haven't been fixed now. So on the one hand, I kind of take the point that, comparing them like for like probably is a tad unfair. But I think the lack of transparency from Football Manager in terms of communicating what was going to be missing from FM26 and kind of what the compromises that had to be made were, the fact they didn't communicate that stuff kind of means they dug their own grave. The Premier League licensing had nothing to do with the price increase in Football Manager this year. I can tell you that for a fact. Football Manager had been priced too low for a fair few years. Really? For what you were getting. But the main reason is Sega had to fill a void of millions of pounds. So I've been on a bit of a mission to try and find out exactly why the Switch Unity went wrong. And to do it, I started essentially trying to build an FM clone in Unity. I put in 100 hours so far and barely have a UI after trying that. I have a lot more grace to them as a team. I mean, the thing is, Football Manager partnered with Unity and are using loads of new Unity tools. I don't even know if they're in the main toolkit yet. Football Manager is like using a lot of experimental UI stuff. I mean, the issue for Football Manager is, chat, there is no other game on planet Earth that has more screens and is more user interface intensive than Football Manager. The sheer number of screens that exist in this game is kind of absolutely, like, crazy. Like, Football Manager has more words in it than the Bible. If you went through and looked at all the different text that has to be translated for Football Manager, it's more than is in the Bible. And all that text is displayed across different parts of the game. I have my own theories. I kind of think that Unity probably put a pitch to Football Manager and made some promises for how they'd be able to support the game and help the UI and stuff. And maybe some of those promises didn't quite kind of live up to what was assured. And Football Manager are kind of a bit screwed where they're a few years into the game development. They've got a game to ship in a year and Unity just isn't working for them. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like some of it is just expectation management from Football Manager that they didn't really do a good job with it. See you later, James. Take it easy, mate. Is there still a glitch regarding strikers? I'm about to win the Champions League, but my striker only has 9 goals and the 8th top goal scorer in my squad. Is it the player or my tactic? It's 100% your tactic, Bob. Is there still a way to see your overall best 11? I feel like I found it at one point and then I never found it again. I don't think you can get a seasonal best 11 or an all-time best 11. Like, you can see, like, you know, legends and icons buried in here. But as far as I'm aware, that is one of the things that just died a death. Like, it's stuff like that that I don't understand why it's not in the game or wasn't listed as a priority. We should migrate to LMA Manager 2006. Do you reckon if we ask Codemasters nicely enough, chat, they'll bring back the old LMA phone line where you could call up and get cheat codes for your game? Non-techies underestimate time to port software. It would have been a full-on refactor rewrite from scratch, and it's not as simple as easy. Oh, absolutely. The thing is, right, chat, I totally empathise with Football Manager and the fact that a lot of people don't appreciate the work that goes into it. But I think for a lot of people, they just want a game that works at launch and that when they pay the money, it's kind of what they expect. I think one of the biggest issues Football Manager had was they weren't very honest with the state of the game for different people and how it was going to run. And kind of their expectation management was just, like, non-existent. Like, I can tell you now, like, when I played the alpha, there was a lot of updates happening to the game, like, ahead of release. Obviously, I did my content about the game, right? And at the time, like, so much was being updated constantly. I was like, wow, they're going to have loads of it fixed for launch. And then they didn't fix any of it. Like, the fixes just stopped happening. I think partially because there was just other stuff they needed to deal with. I guess, like, maybe supporting lower-end machines, maybe the console release. I don't really know. It's probably not my place to speculate. But also, I do feel like on the face of it, like, if you're one of the people like myself who doesn't really have crashes with the game and just has lots of bugs, you kind of look at them and go, it's just lots of minor bugs at this point. Like, I know there are some people who are clearly having, like, major crashing issues still. But actually, I think this game's biggest issue with the bugs is just, like, death by 1,000 cuts. Like, it's lots of little bugs that really add up. And if you're someone who doesn't really like the new UI or is still getting used to it, like the combination of a radically different UI that is difficult to get used to combined with loads of bugs across all that UI, Just makes it quite fatiguing and draining to play. I just want deadline day back. The thing is, deadline day is in the game. Like, the UI doesn't go yellow. But on deadline day, like on your portal screen, you do get agent offers come in and stuff. Also, chat, they are playing this narrow shape. And out of possession, they're also playing it. So let's adapt our plan. Also, this stuff not working is really, really annoying. Distribute it to the flanks. Pass into space. This stuff is all fine. That's good. We'll go with that. Yeah, but you don't have the timer. You don't have the timer, but the time goes more slowly in game on deadline day. And you can see the time of day in the top right. Like, I totally take the point, right, chat, that deadline day doesn't feel as special. But functionally, it's not actually any different to how it was before. It's just, it's not yellow. And instead of having the timer counting down to the window closing, it just shows the time in the top corner. Like, it doesn't feel as good. I'm not denying that. But, like, deadline day is in the game still. It's one of those kind of weird things, right? I think this exists in a lot of spots of the game where there are kind of key beats in a football season and Football Manager that happen that are maybe the things you play towards, that you get that one more match syndrome for. Like, for me, sometimes it's deadline day. It might be, oh, I just want to get to the season tick over date. You know, where you got that little pop-up that happened, like a little presentation saying how your season went. And a lot of those little moments have either been removed from the game, are buried just as news items, or are in the game but just don't feel as special anymore. Which sounds like such a stupid thing to say, they don't feel as special anymore, but they kind of broke up the monotony of just hitting spacebar and continue. And I think the lacking of some of those things is why sometimes it just feels like you're just mashing spacebar to get to the next match, kind of thing. Ishikawa finished that. What is their keeper doing? I don't care. I don't care. I want the proper cup draws back. Chat, I'm really conflicted on the cup draw stuff. Because I won cup draws back, and I think the fact they're not in the game is shit. But I'm going to be honest. There's only certain save games where I'd ever watch a cup draw, and it's very rare that I'd watch cup draws like on the regular in a save game. Like in Park to Prem, if I get into a latter stage of the FA Cup, like the third round, then it's great to have. And not having it in that, or if you're doing like a build a nation when you first get into Europe, not having the draw for the qualifying rounds kind of feels shit. But at the same time, for something that I use maybe 1 or 2 times a season, if they had been included in the game, I have to assume it was cut from the game because it would have taken a lot of development time. It's like if you went Jack, you can have cup draws, or you can have, I don't know what the alternative would be. I'd probably always pick the alternative. I mean, in an ideal world, you have both, but it's very apparent that this game had to be rushed out the door on a deadline and compromises like that had to be made. And so for as much as I dislike the fact that cup draws aren't in the game, it's probably a lesser evil versus what we probably would have otherwise been missing. Hey, James, how's it going? Right, chat, if we win this game, we're probably through to the Champions League knockouts. Like, not mathematically, but there's a very, very good chance. Diaco is playing poorly. Williams is really frustrated. I'm going to keep him on. I might live to regret it if he gets a stupid sending off. Let's take off Vargas and bring in Shimada. And you know what? Kieto, in you come through the middle. Cup draws were broken anyway, would face the winner of the game next to you in the next round. I'm not sure that was always the case, Neo. I've never heard that before, and I never noticed that myself playing it. Hey, Javier, how's it going? Just made it home from Southampton Ipswich, and I start work in 6.5 hours. Mate, you'll be pleased to know this is the last game I'm playing on stream today. So you don't have to have a super late night. Hope the game was worth it. I assume... If you just got home now, are you an Ipswich fan? I feel like a draw was a good result for you, assuming you are. Are we winning? Asked the legend of Donny. We are! We are actually winning games today. It's not overly convincing, but we are getting it done slowly. Oh, you're a Southampton fan? Ah, okay, so slightly less buoyant. I mean, the bug that gets to me the most, and this has been a problem since 7.14, is the in-match text commentary isn't coded properly. What's the issue with it chasing lamely? Like, functionally, what is the prob? Oh, you went to Wembley on Saturday as well. Ah. Well, who knows? Last day of the season? Actually, no, I realised mathematically that the draw ruined it, didn't it? I mean, you got the playoffs. You might get another trip to Wembley. Team in form. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It'll be fine. It probably won't be, but I'll try and be the voice of reassurance. All right, come here. Oh, we can't pick out Kieto. I just need to get the win here, then I can actually start to rotate the team in the Champions League, which would be really nice because I can focus on the league. The worst bug we still have since release is an injury after making 5 subs. We should make the sub continue and play with 11 men in extra time. This happened to me 3 times in finals in different saves. So what you're saying is, if you make all your if you've used all your subs and then you get an injury, but then the game goes to extra time, you should be able to sub off the player who's injured. I'm trying to think. So you're saying you want to force... I guess it depends on the injury the player's got. I'm pretty sure there's rules against that, and I don't know why. Because I feel like I've brought that up before and been told there's actually something in the laws of the game as to why you can't do that. It's like, if you go down to 10 men because of an injury and then get a sub in extra time, I don't believe you're allowed to then sub in a player for the man who went off. But I don't know what the exact law is, and I can't now remember if I'm misremembering. Have you not seen it where it says like Smith tackles Smith or Jones scores past Jones? I've never noticed it. I'll be honest. Chat, am I the only person who doesn't really read the text at the bottom? I feel like you'll sometimes see it where it says like #player1, where like the text string doesn't populate. Oh, Shimada, you beautiful man, he's offside. Is he off? No, he's on. We love it! I've not noticed that myself. The thing is, reporting a bug is one thing, but unless there's steps to reproduce or there's like an easy way to find the trend as to what's causing it, it's very difficult to troubleshoot. I'd love a 24-hour subathon once Part to Prime is finished with Jack Lad. You know what? Considering the wife has a puppy, well, we have a puppy, I don't know if I can do a 24-hour stream. I've just got... Chat, he went for the overhead kick. I kind of rate it. I've lost my trail of thought. I have got some ideas for some longer streams. If I was going to do a subathon, chat, I'll be honest, I wouldn't do it as a 24-hour like subathon. I feel like with 24-hour streams, it's like that novelty of, oh my god, they're streaming forever. But the reality is most people don't obviously watch the 24 hours. And on top of that, by like hour 16, if not sooner, the stream's just a bit shit to watch. Like if I was going to do a subathon, I would do something where I commit to streaming 12 hours a day, every day, and like we keep the timer going kind of thing. That way, I can actually like have a semi-healthy lifestyle where I at least stretch my legs, go out, and do stuff, whilst also like having entertaining streams. So law 3 of the laws of the game says a substitute must enter the field of play at the same time the withdrawn player leaves. Yeah, I did think there was something to do with that. And the commentary text is a coding error. It shouldn't be hard to reproduce. I feel like if that was an easy thing to fix, it would have been fixed. You'd be shocked, chat, how much stuff seems really obvious and easy. But, like, in changing the code to maybe fix that one thing, it can break other things. Well, obviously, I worked on Football Manager for a while. I worked in QA initially and then did some other bits and bobs. And, like, you know, whenever you see, like, a nonsensical, like, player unhappiness moment, chat, where, like, a player kicks off and, like, you know, say they cry about wanting a new contract, but they signed a new contract the week before. That stuff's really hard to fix in Football Manager. Because basically the way to fix it is to get a save game before that incident occurs, look at the game logic to work out why did that thing happen, try and release a fix that addresses the cause of that specific instance, and then hope that whatever the issue was there, the fix that was applied to that will affect other users who encounter the same problem. But the issue you often run into is that there's lots of different reasons that the same outcome happens. And so you need hundreds of save games just to try and get rid of all those issues. Which might sound really stupid, but that is like how it works. And often, like, people don't have their save games frequently enough that they have like a save game where those unhappiness things can reproduce easily. You're basically playing whack-a-mole where you apply one fix and then hope that the fix there stops it from happening for other people. But speaking from personal experience, that's very rarely guaranteed to be the case. Right, chat, I think we'll leave things there for today. I feel like it was a bit of a yap sesh, but actually when I look at the form, much better today than it was in the last stream. In the last stream, we went into things without a win in 6 league games. League form's not been flawless, but away win at FC Tokyo, who are in the Asian Champions League with us, is big. We're up to 10 points scored in the league stage of the Champions League 2, which might seem like a bit of a random achievement, but with only 4 teams being eliminated at this stage, 10 points has always been enough in every year the save game's been going. We've only conceded 1 goal through 4 games. Like, defensively, we're in a good spot in this save game. Like, even in the league, defensively, I mean, actually, our defensive record... No, you know what? Our defence is legitimately good, which is kind of nice because it's not where we're using our foreign player spots for the most part. So I feel good. You know what? We should feel better than we are. Do I want to look at the XG table and be made to feel upset? Okay, that does upset me. That's a bit upsetting, isn't it? We actually had some green today in the results. You know what? Life is good. Right, chat, I'm going to leave things there for today. In terms of streaming, there will be no stream tomorrow. There will be a stream on Thursday. So, yeah, Thursday evening, we might do a bit of a watch-along with the Europa League games as well. Obviously, there is going to be content on YouTube for the next couple of days, so make sure to watch that. Tomorrow's episode of Park to Prem is a banger. If you've not seen today's episode, or you've not kept up to date with the series, you should go catch up. It's a fun one. Anyway, I'm going to love you. I'm going to leave you. Got to take the dog to get groomed tomorrow. Got to take the wife out as well. Should be a good old time. That's why I'm not around tomorrow. Sorry. Family comes first. Chat, I'll leave you. I'm hitting the outro button. It's late at night. I've still got to finish editing tomorrow's Park to Prem video. Wish me luck. I'll see you on Thursday.